This video will show you how to detail your CAD file, Suvey CAD file for layout of footings. So in this scenario, I was tasked to lay out footing for the purpose of detailed excavation and for layout of the footing corners so that the carpenters will know where to put the formworks. So the first thing that I do is I open my Suvey CAD file and I'm gonna check, verify, and detail the footing. For this particular footing, it is labeled as F4. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the IFC drawing or schedule to check what's the size of F4. So this is schedule drawing. I'm gonna find where is the pad schedule right there. So F4 is 2900 by 2900 by 850. So I'm gonna copy and paste a detail there. This is F4, 2.9 meter by 2.9 meter by 0.85. So that's the size of the footing. Okay, so I'm gonna verify it. I'm gonna go to dimension, 2.9 by 2.9. Okay, so next is what's the top of footing elevation. To find out, I need the typical detail for footing. Okay, you'll see here typical slab band and footing column detail. Okay, so it's showing the slab band above and footing detail. So if you notice, this typical drawing is showing the slab, top of slab or slab on grade, and the footing. To know the top of footing elevation, you have to subtract 300 millimeters from the top of slab or top of finish grade. So they put here 300 minimum and 900 maximum. This is the range where the column will work structurally. Okay, and the reason why they put this range is that it's hard to excavate the bottom of footing to the exact elevation. So if you overcut or you over excavate, as long as you don't go 900 millimeters, as long as you don't go over that, you will be okay. The column will still work. But our target is for our detail is to go down 300 millimeter from the top of slab or top of finish grade. That means that I have to know the top of finish grade. So I'm gonna open a drawing. I have here the slab plan. I think the footing that I'm looking at is this one. So in this slab plan, you can see that there's a drainage there. And a drainage always have a rectangle as a catchment area. So in this slab plan, the edge of the catchment area is the high point, and water will flow from the high point to the drainage. Let's check the elevation of the high point. So here, this is a high point. You have there a drainage, and this is the catchment area. This is the catchment area. All of those are high points, and it's the value, the elevation of the high point is 53.5. Going to our footing, this is the footing that we are trying to detail. Notice that it is in between the high point and the low point. So we have to know the elevation of the finished grade here so that we can subtract that by 300 millimeters to get the top of footing elevation. To be safe, I'll just take the elevation of the low point, which is the drainage, as my finished grade for its footing. So this minus 130 mils indicates that the difference between the high point and the low point is minus 130 mils. So if I subtract 130 mils from 53.5, I will get an elevation which is equal to 53.37. Am I right? 53.37. 53.37 is minus 300 mils will be 53.07. So here, my top of footing will be 53.37. What about the bottom of my footing? It says here the height of the footing is 850 mils. So I'm gonna subtract 0.85 or 53.37 minus 0.85 equals 52.52. 52.52. So that's the detail of my footing. So for excavation, I want to make the elevation, to set the elevation of these lines to the bottom of footing, so that if I'm working on my total station or layout, I'm gonna pick the line, and my total station will give me how much more to dig, or how much more to fill. That means I have already overcut, right? So to do that, I'm gonna click on each line, right click, properties, and for the start Z, this is the elevation, I'm gonna set it to 52.52, 52.52, 52.52. There you go. That's how you detail your footing for layout. So after digging, it's gonna look like this. This is what you have dug. Normally, you dig it bigger than the footing so that you'll have a working space for your formwork. After digging, they pour it with lean mix, or 15 MPa concrete, or they call it blinding. Sometimes they put gravel, and as soon as the concrete hardens, you go ahead and lay out the corners of the footings, and then the carpenters can come and put the formworks. After after the carpenter put the formworks, you're going to lay out the center line of the footing. Normally, you lay out the in the direction of the longer dimension. So in this case, you lay out this line and mark the center of this formwork that was put by the carpenter. And you're gonna put a 2x4 on the center of that footing. And using your robot, you lay out the center of the footing. You lay out this center. You have a 2x4 here, right? You lay out this line. You lay out this. You mark this point.